I cannot believe this. So this little vacuum we're working on with the missing latch, and I'm trying to go through the guy's trash pail to find the latch last week, and the hose, which I wound up buying a hose because there's just so many people here in Condo land. It could have been in the bottom of the pail. I have no idea. So the main reason the guy threw it out definitely was that he couldn't get the filter off. I confirmed this. It was dirty. Couldn't get the filter off. Cut the filter off. Retarded or something. And they gave up. Then like they couldn't get these latches off. So they were like prying them off somehow. I really have no idea what they were doing. So they pried off that latch and the other latch. But this model right here is recalled. It's from 2018. It's recalled. So what they do, right, is they send you not a whole new vacuum, but the top part. You get a whole new one. For real, this whole black part. I'm getting a new one. The problem is the switch over here in this design is defective and it could pop off. That's the only thing that's wrong with it. And they say it's an electrocution hazard. I'll still run this power head. I don't care. Dude, so someone throws this shit out in Condo land because they can't get the filter off. They mangled the bottom, which I think is also great because they mangled the bottom of the power head, and that part comes with it. I got a new filter. So the last thing was a bummer. That cost me like $5 if I get the right one from Home Depot. The hose was a bummer. That was like $22. The filter, I think it cost me like. Actually, no, the latch and with the filter, it's like $17. I used a store credit card because I had some stuff to return. So, yeah. It gets better though, right? I'm super behind on videos, and I actually have another drive I have to put on my computer, 1 terabyte drive, which was free, was given because the drive is defective. So I called the company with that, Seagate. That was another whole ordeal, and they sent me a brand new NVMe Gen 4 drive with the newer firmware, because the older one, which I had, the read write is like tanks. It goes in like a 900. It's terrible. It should be in like the 5,000 range. So we got that to help with my video editing or whatever, so I can have a 1 terabyte drive on the side just to go put process stuff. But we're going way back now, maybe like a year. Picked a dehumidifier. Was it Frigidaire dehumidifier? Okay, so I'm looking at the thing. Wow, this thing works. I cleaned it all up. It was filthy. Cleaned it up, filthy, this and that. So I start looking. Actually had a family member, their house slightly burned because of a dehumidifier fire. So since then, I constantly look for items that are recalled. Like, I just typed in the model number for this one last time looking for parts, and it showed up recall, and I'm like, no way. 6 gallon and 9 gallon. Starts with serial number, starts with an 18, whatever. This one starts with 18, whatever. It was in the range. I go, no way. But anyway, that dehumidifier that I found about a year ago is Minda, MIDNA, all Chinese shit. They make like everyone's stuff. So, of course, Chinese. So that dehumidifier was under a recall. Some says it was, some says it wasn't. One company is called like Recall RTR, which is the same company that's using this, apparently sending me a power head. We'll see what happens. Um, they processed the whole claim. I think it was like $93 or something. I had to check for. I thought it was gonna be fake for something that I disowned, pulling it from someone else for real. Because I was gonna sell a dehumidifier after I cleaned it all up. So I kind of said like that was like my payment. But anyway, I kept that thing around for about like a couple months afterwards. And I decided, what am I going to do with this thing? Am I going to use it? You know, it works perfectly, this and that. I go, let me go take it apart and inspect it, because I saw how these things go on fire. So I took it apart, and I have a video of this, perhaps, still, maybe the video clips, I didn't delete them yet. And there's a huge capacitor that starts the compressor on a dehumidifier. I literally just touched the wires, or one of them, off of it, and the wire just broke with the most minimalistic tug. I said, okay, that's a good reason on why I made the decision to take this apart. I see why these catch on fire, because the wire was coming off the capacitor, I think. So I figured, yeah, like whatever, maybe that power flow was going into the capacitor and then out of the capacitor. So that could have been like doubling its voltage, like 220 or something, and that could have shorted out against the compressor body or the coil. And I show this on the video if I still have it. But yeah, I wound up just junking that and taking it to the scrap iron yard, what remained of it, and all useful parts. Yeah, I figured I did good with the recall thing. But yeah, that dehumidifier is just on the other side of the road, like where it branches off, where I found this vacuum. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny, man. You really have to. This world, right? This world with how expensive things are, you were forced to do this shit. You were forced. You were forced to dumpster dive. You were forced to trash pick. I will never stop this. I can be 90 years old and have, $18 million in the bank. I will still ride around and collect shit and to see what's in dumpsters, see what's around a neighborhood. You have to make a route in your area. Make a route. Figure out the honey route and the shit route, and maybe even travel the shit route now and then. But still, just do it, do it, do it, do it, and you will come across with almost everything you need in life for free. And you might have to throw a couple bucks at it, like I have to do with this. A hose, but now I have a brand new hose. I actually bought another hose too, a 14-foot hose, and I figured I had to combine them. So now I have a total of a 21-foot hose. Now I can put the vacuum on the ground over there and suck out my AC drain. I have many videos of it, when the pan fills up and everything. And I can leave the goddamn vacuum on the ground. Oh, I said goddamn. And the vacuum on the ground instead of lugging that thing up the stairs, up and down, up and down, up and down. And it's just so heavy, dangling off, and your feet are almost slipping off the thing. It's just dangerous. So, and your back's killing you, lugging the water. So I figured it's worth that, the money I spent on hoses, just to not have to deal with that, and I could do that job much quicker. And perhaps if I ever move and I actually have my own house or whatever, and there's a situation like that with the AC pan filling up again, the longer hose will help me. So I'm not complaining about the cost. But unbelievable, I got a brand new power head for this thing. The power head on this is like not in bad shape. It's a lifetime warranty on it anyway. But still, it's just funny that I might be getting a whole new thing. And since they boogered up the bottom of it where the filter goes again, which I hate looking at. I hate looking at where people booger stuff up. See, it's all boogered up over there. That'll be all brand new. So I can't believe that shit. Can't believe that. And the power head has a lot of good useful parts on it as well. The plastics. Don't know if it comes with a handle or not. The cord. All good stuff. Maybe it has a sticker. The sticker's kind of worn on it over here. But I can't believe that. It's unbelievable. Thing. I'm like so attached to this little vacuum. I have no idea why. I just love fixing stuff out of the trash when it's broken. Imagine, like I always said, if I could have some money and I have a rollback tow truck that hauls 2 cars. I want a 2-car one. And it's helpful for your own vehicles. I can haul like this on the deck and drag something else behind it. Or even attach a trailer to it, to the wheel lift. And that's pretty cool. We've done that in the past. That's how I learned, actually. My first run was going to Miami with the rollback and a boat trailer. We were longer than a semi-truck. And I had no idea what I was doing, but I was taking that truck down the highway with this big trailer, and I was longer than a semi-truck. Because it's a boat trailer, nothing really on it. But still, long trailer. And be careful when you're turning and everything. I don't know how long a sleeper semi-truck is with a 53-foot trailer. The tow truck was longer than it by a lot. By at least probably like 5-10 feet. Pretty crazy. That's probably, if a DOT guy saw that shit, he probably would have pulled you over on that. Too long. Too long for no CDL, definitely. But they didn't. So, that's my recall thing over there. I love free stuff and finding stuff. And why did I just even tell that story or the other thing? What was I even talking about? I don't know. Free stuff. Free stuff. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, that's what I was going to say about junk cars, and I brought up the other story. Yeah, if I had like a junk car thing, it would be incredible because I would just want to keep the cars I can use and fix. I would have an endless supply of car parts and car parts and actually cars with good titles that I can plate and run. And that's what you have to do. You have to be a scavenger. It's the only way you're going to survive in this country these days. We're going back to like Great Depression times. Only the people who know how to do stuff or figure it out are the ones that are going to survive. The ones who are throwing this away because they can't get the filter off. And they actually had a recalled power head because they probably never registered a unit. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see if it comes, I actually shop vac before they got sold out to the Chinese, which they actually did get sold to the Chinese. I don't buy shop vac brand anymore. Even foam filters I bought, I believe they're made in China now. They used to be made in America. They can't make a foam filter here. Don't buy shop vac anymore. They're done. The company like bankrupted them. The family member who was in charge, and then they bankrupted the company like not too long ago. Blamed COVID and everything else for the reasons. They actually sent me when they were good shop vac in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, American made or mostly American made, Mexico Motors, whatever, assembled in America. And they were actually, it's like a quality tool. They were making fans too. I got a couple Shop Air fans. They don't make them anymore, unfortunately. They sent me a new power head for another vacuum I have because the on and off switch was bad. And they were sending me on and off switch parts and everything. One worked, one didn't. And they were like, yo, we're just going to replace the whole power head with the switch. I go, are you kidding me? I go, that's really, really nice. I should have kept the old motor on it. It was still like kind of okay, but it was a little worn out. But the fan blade was all worn out and stuff. I think when I took it apart, it was kind of rough. But I only saved really the cord, I think, and part of the harness. But yeah, they sent me a whole power head too, which is cool. But it wasn't like this, like you just put back on. I had to take the plastics off, and then I just changed the motor piece. But it wasn't bad. Didn't really have any directions or anything when I figured it out. And then people used to bitch to shop vac when they warranty their items like that and said, oh, I don't have any it was like T20 or T25 Torx. It's like, oh, I don't have any tools to fix this. This is BS. The company sent me this motor. I don't even know what to do with it. Like, people are just that stupid. And they just can't really even figure out how it comes apart just by looking at it. There's this old guy, John. I don't know if he's still in the business or not. At a roll shop. I was actually sad when I left, and he was joking around or whatever. Said, "Oh, you would have made it here. You would have made it here." That was the old shop. It's gone now, though. So nothing is what it was. But I remember he had a story once. We had a little junior technician come in here. Had no idea what he was doing. Putting brake pads on backwards, screwing everything up. Credentials up the ass. To big toolbox. Huge 18-wheeler, bigger than my black box over there, filled with high tech everything. Kid didn't know how to do anything. He really didn't know how to do anything. They were laughing, saying that I knew more than the freaking guy, and I definitely knew. He was like, look at this guy, fucks with his truck every day, and he doesn't freaking die. He knows what he's doing more than this kid. So, like, you should be working here full time instead of this kid, and pretty much what they told me that. I was like, yeah, you know what? I didn't really have money, though, to get to go there all 5 days a week, or 6 days, or how many days it was, whatever, 5 days, and Saturday, so you get a day off during the week. I like working on Saturdays anyway at that place. Yeah, I didn't have enough money back and forth to go back. I was too poor. Seriously, I was. I probably could have squeezed in a couple more days, but I was just too poor. I couldn't afford the gas. Seriously, couldn't afford it. But anyway, that guy had his lunchtime story, and listened to it before I ramble on about how he learned how to fix stuff. And he said he was his old apprentice guy when he was a kid, and he used to take apart like old cars and stuff and old Volkswagens or whatever. And he used to ask him, like, how do you think whatever, how does this come apart, this and that? He goes, how do you think it comes apart? Well, maybe this and that and that and that. Okay, now try it. And that's how he was taught. And I was kind of taught that same way when I was 13, 14 years old. The guy retired a couple of years ago in boarding school. He had a little automotive class, and it was kind of funny. I was 13, 14 years old, this or that, and we were, like, doing ball joints on these Econoline vans and brakes and stuff on his van. And then on the weekends we were taking the same van down the highway, and I was snickering in the back on I did brakes on this van. And there's like 15 people in the van. And I'm 13, 14 years old, but I knew I did the job right, so I had confidence. But other kids doing the job didn't do it right, but I knew I had the confidence in doing the job right. But we were taught the same way. The teacher was like, how do you think it comes apart? Alright, now try it. And people don't even do that. They don't even do that. Anyway, there's my vacuum story, another story. I can't believe I might be getting a new power head for this. We're done with this. Now we just need attachments. Anyone has 1 7/8 vacuum attachments, yeah, go send them to Condo Land, please. Or hopefully I find some in the trash. Could have swore I maybe had 1 7/8 or 2-inch, 2.5-inch vacuum parts once. I don't think I still have them. But they were bigger and they didn't fit mine. I think I freaking tossed them. Or I found them in cars and stuff. I don't know, man. I've been through so much shit in dumpsters and finding stuff. Sometimes I go back in my own videos and I just really have no memory at all of the shit. Like a very, very little memory. Because it's just been like there's so much stuff over the years. And, you know, some people just say I did nothing. No, I did a lot. I did a lot. I had a lot of projects and whatever. Roads to success and failure. And I definitely had a lot over the years living here, and I really hate this place. I like Condo Land, but I laugh because this is how I get rewarded with stuff like this. You know, this place just bites you so freaking hard, but then you get rewards like this and the freaking generators, you know, and the tennis ball machine, whatever I have. You know, a lot of stuff. Just a lot of stuff just comes to you. The DeWalt battery, like I got one of those in the trash, one of those Lion batteries. It's somewhere around here. It's beat up, but somebody threw that out in this light. You know, what was it? It was this one. This one they threw out. The rough one. The battery attached to it. They didn't have a charger, and then they moved out. You know, a lot of weird stuff. I got other power tools. I had little cheaper Obi things. I think I sold all those. One guy down the street was air compressor, but I think someone grabbed it. I didn't grab it. Yeah, you gotta, you know, it's all this cash money, man. Things you can use. This is a very good vacuum for this size. It sucks way better than my shop vac. And it blows good, like really, really good. I was gonna take the motor apart actually, just to see if it was clean, because the filter was busted, and sometimes the impeller on the bottom has crap. And then I was just like, man, let me just go check this one more time. Recalled. Always check your items too, whatever you own. Search it like once every 3 months. Make a habit of what you own, electronic, like especially electrical items. That's important. And recall, meaning your dishwasher, your fridge, your stove, your microwave, you know, stuff like that. Appliances, and then vacuum cleaners, batteries, and for your drill, you know, anything electronic. Definitely keep an eye on that. You know, anything with a motor on it, anything with a cord. Keep an eye on it, because a lot of items are recalled, and people don't even know they're recalled. And they lose their house, they lose their vehicle, you know, thousands of dollars of damage because they're unaware of a recall and the item is defective and is known to be faulty and defective and cause a problem, but people do nothing on it. So that's my statement on that. And yeah, you reward yourself like a $93 or something from a dehumidifier, and now maybe your free power head out of a vacuum that someone trashed out of the trash. Another good thing about Condo Land is all these addresses are kind of the same. So like I don't even know if people don't register anything, number one, but the address, even if they did register it, the addresses are so similar. I bet it wouldn't really even be flagged in the system. Oh man, I get the cool adapter thing for the hose. I got another video of that. And I'm gonna make a cool carpet extractor out of that Bissell thing that I chunked. We're working on it. Yeah, check everything, and hopefully one day, again, like I said earlier, I'll have a tow truck or something, like a Hino or a Peterbilt, like something nice. I don't really want an international, like 4300. I don't really want something like that. 4700 is too old. I don't want no old truck to haul cars with. Seriously, I really don't want one. You know, I go up to like 2008 or something. Would be like the earliest, 2006, something like that, you know, pre-emissions. Okay, that's kind of cool, but anything older than that I wouldn't want. Rollback tow truck, and you know, Century deck or like a Jordan deck I prefer. I had a dual tech on that Peterbilt. That was kind of weird. I don't know. Other brands, I guess, are okay. I would love to try Century though, Miller Industries. Really, that would be my top tier thing. Jordan's got a little better in time. They used to be fairly cheap. They get more heavy duty. But yeah, and just have that, and the, seriously, this junk, and I can hold stuff with that in containers. And one day, that's my goal. That is my goal. I'm getting old, and I want to see that happen. I'll call it Little Junkies, maybe. Little Junkies on the door. For now, that's a joke. I can always change it to something else. Little Junkies. Call Little Junkies. Sounds cute, doesn't it? Yeah, we'll get people's phone calls. You got junk? Call Little Junkies. Right? Sounds good.